Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the weekly MMA Cycles Market Update. This is Gianni DePoci, your host. Today is the 29th of November, 2023. So it's time to review what's been going on in the markets, as well as what's been going on geocosmically. So let me go ahead and share my screen here, and we can start off by taking a look at the Dow Jones. Really nice rally to start the week. We have come very close to making a new high for the year in the Dow. Now, on the geocosmic front, it's been pretty quiet this week. We started off over the last couple of days with, Mars going into Sagittarius on the 24th, and then Mars squaring Saturn on the 25th. But, this week, really not all that much going on, with the exception for Mercury ingressing into the sign of Capricorn. Now, next week, we do pick up on the geocosmic front. We have Venus squaring Pluto, Venus ingressing into Taurus, and then Venus forming a trine to Saturn. That's on the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th. And then on the 6th, I think is a very important geocosmic signature, and that is Neptune going direct, ending its retrograde motion. Now, many astrologers consider Neptune to represent a higher octave of Venus, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. Neptune rules the waves, rules the water, and markets move in waves. We know that as cycles analysts and traders. So important period for stock market, no doubt, especially as we have been rallying into this period. It's still looking pretty bullish overall. The NASDAQ futures have made a new high for the year, and not quite in the cash market, which is what we're looking at here. It's still looking bullish overall, but still puts us in a very nice posturing going into next year. We also are in a seasonally bullish time of year outside of geocosmic factors and cyclical factors, just pure market seasonality. This is Sagittarius season after all, and optimism tends to be a little bit higher around the holidays. So we have that going in favor of the market as well. And, I think this puts us on a good course looking ahead into 2024 with respect to the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in April. So, stocks are still up, but we are well off the highs of the day, a bit overbought in the short term. So don't be surprised if we see some choppy price action in the coming weeks. Let's go ahead and take a look at interest rates on the 10-year Treasury. Continue to decline. This continues to build toward the thesis that a long-term cycle low is complete in bonds and a long-term cycle high is complete in interest rates. We talked about this at length in the forecast 2024, which is available at MMAcycles.com. Would strongly encourage you to check that out to see all of our analysts' updates and forecasts for the year ahead. But it does look like the Fed is going to be cutting rates next year, probably not long before or after the conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on, considering it's the conjunction is happening in Taurus, which rules money, and Jupiter tends to coincide with accommodative monetary policies from the central bank. So that could be another tailwind for the stock market in the year ahead. Let's go ahead and take a look at gold miners via GDX. We've seen a nice rally unfold this week so far, and I think part of that has to do with the fact that interest rates have come down. But looking ahead to next week with Neptune going direct, that could be an additional bullish catalyst for precious metals as well. We did come out of a major cycle low recently in precious metals, and it's still early enough for new highs to make. But as we go into this intense period of geocosmic activity next week, need to be alert for reversals. Let's go ahead and take a look at the euro here. Euro also rallied to a new high today, but we are, in the time band for potential reversal. There are a lot of Venus aspects coming up in the next week. Venus rules currencies, and the trend has been down despite this rally. We haven't really made a higher high of significance, I should say. So we need to be aware of the existing trends in the euro. Let's take a look at USO for crude oil. Crude oil trying to stage a little bit of a bid here. I think we need to keep an eye on this as well, with Neptune going direct, stationary direct next week. We know that Jupiter and Neptune both rule the energy market, but it does look like the primary cycle has rolled over in this, and would encourage you to check out Puyan's work on crude oil in the monthly cycles report and the monthly addendum report as well. And last but certainly not least, let's take a look at Bitcoin, which did rally to a new high in the cash market today on Wednesday, the 29th, but we are pulling back a little bit from that high. It really just comes down to whether Bitcoin is in a new major cycle or not. The posturing still is bullish. We do look for higher prices. We've talked about, well, let's actually just jump over to Ethereum real quick, because we've talked about, Venus in Libra and the propensity for 20% or greater moves. Venus went into Libra on the 8th of November, and we did see a nice rally higher, but we still have not seen that 20% or greater move. So now we only have a couple days left with Venus in Libra. Do we get a big breakout candlestick, or did this, transit of Venus through Libra just coincide with, I think it was a 12 to 13% move, which still isn't bad, but still a little bit below our benchmark studies. So that's all that I had to review with you today. Thank you so much for spending some time to watch the MMA weekly update. We will be back same time, same place next week. So until then, enjoy the markets and enjoy the cosmos. Have a good one.